Welcome back everybody to Operation Pluto. This is Italy, turn 10. One quick item of housekeeping is that the British sub in A5 needs to be rolled for. So we will do the die on the left is the British die and the die on the right is the German defense. And we will add 2 pips to the one on the left since it's a sub. Germans get a 3, British get a, wow, we actually don't lose money this time, yay. Germany stays at 73 in the bank, so that's got that covered. We will now hop straight into Italy, and we will roll for tech. Italy's got to roll for long-range aircraft. See if we can complete that on a 8+. It's a miss out of 5. Alright. Italy's buys are already on the board. We're going to be buying a mech infantry for 4, 2 infantry for 6, and 2 militia for 4, for a total of all 14 of the dollars that we have. Combat moves. Italy is going to use its seaplane on Sardinia to attack the coastal sub in M2. Italy is going to be taking its transport, picking up a marine and a regular infantry, and going 1 into M6, 1 into M7, 3 into M8, and amphibiouusly assaulting Lower Egypt. The heavy cruiser and battleship that are in port in northern Italy are joining that transport in that movement, and they will be shore bombarding Lower Egypt. Everything that's in western Egypt is going to walk across the border and attack Lower Egypt as well. They are going to be joined by the 15th Air. So, got a lot of units going to Egypt. Most of that's already in the battle board. Other Italian non-combat, or Italian combat moves rather, the infantry in Nubia is going to walk up into Upper Egypt and take that. One of the infantry that started in Tanganyika is going to walk down into Rhodesia and take that. Everything else in Tanganyika is going to be attacking Belgian Congo. It's going to be joined by the cavalry and the heavy armor that are in Abyssinia. The Italian subs that are in M4 are going to stay there, and they are all going to be raiding in that sea zone. And I think that's got all of the combat moves covered. The medium bomber that's in northern Italy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe join in on this attack on Lower Egypt. Yeah, medium one's going to come down, joining in on this attack on Lower Egypt. So we will have to add those dice to the battle board. Otherwise, I think that's got all of Italy's combat moves declared. We'll roll for the seaplane real fast at a 3. So the scrambling does not get to occur because it's a submarine that is by itself in the sea zone. It's a really obscure rule that we wanted to do on our side earlier, and then we found it in the rule book and was like, oh well. But now we'll use it to our advantage. So yeah, can't be any scramble with that. Seaplane misses. So the coastal sub will survive. We can do the sub rating next. We'll have Italy be all of the red die, or all the black die, sorry. And the British will be all the red die. The top 3 pairs, the British die will get a +1 due to having radar, and then the bottom pair will be just a straight 1-on-1. So we can roll that. And so coastal subs 1, 2, and 3, all the subs don't do any rating. All right. No damage to the British bank there. Oh well. Let's see. Something just went flying. That guy. We'll go ahead and get Belgian Congo out of the way real fast. So we have a heavy tank that is at 6 that we will roll to the jungle, and it missed at a 9, so now we'll do our 2 calves at 1s. Actually, everything's at a 1 for this first round because the calves are going in jungle and the infantry are crossing a river. So that's all misses. So we'll have the British militia fire back at us, and he misses. So now we'll go into round 2. And so the infantry are up to 2, but the cav are still at 1, and the tank is still at 6. So all misses on our side again, but the British do get a hit. So we'll take a hit on one of our infantry, and we will roll again. And we miss again. Alright. British militia will roll again. This Italian heavy tank does not know what it's doing. We'll lose another Italian infantry to this attack. And we will... Actually, we're going to lose one of the calves this time. So we have the tank, the cav, and 2 infantry left. So the tank finally knows what it's doing and kills the militia, and so we take over Belgian Congo, taking more casualties than we expected. But oh well. Maybe Lower Egypt will go better for us. Okay. That being said, Lower Egypt is all that remains. So we will go ahead and go to the battle board for that. So we are adding a Marine and another infantry to our side, which we'll just do these 2 up here. We're adding 2 shore bombards that are first strike, which I guess we can do red dice for. Let's see. Oh, he's already got them for us. Okay. Yes. So let's see. One of those is at a 4. One of those is at a 2. And then we'll replace this 2 die with a red one as well for the artillery first strike. And then we get another 7 for our medium bomber, which we will do in teal so that we know it's different from the attack bomber. Okay. Yep, so we'll do the first strikes. So the all miss, and now we'll take the 2 fort first strikes that the British get, and one of those hits at a 1, but it can only be used against units assaulting from Western Egypt along the fort border. So despite having to take amphibious first, if possible, we have to take one of the infantry that it's attacking from Western Egypt instead. So that does take care of one of those dies that he's got. Okay, and that we'll go ahead and roll for everything else for round 1. So we got 1 hit there, 1 hit out of those, and then we'll roll for our planes. We get 2 fighter hits and no bomber hits. So 3 hits in total for us on round 1, and we see what we'll have to take in return. Alright, so the militia misses, and we take, that's a 6, so 4 hits off the infantry. Yep, there are 2, yep, okay, so the Marine and the infantry that were amphibiously assaulting are dead, and then 2 more of the Western Egypt infantry are dead as well. So we will head into round 2, and we have 4 4s left, we have 2 2s left, and then we have all of our planes left. So we'll roll for round 2. And our infantry and artillery all miss, and then our planes, 2 fighter hits, and we get the 3 hits that we need off our planes. So we'll see what casualties we have to take in return. from the 3 remaining British infantry, and that's going to be 0, so nice. Alright, so we will have 4 regular infantry that survive into Lower Egypt, as well as everything else that's non-infantry. That fort does go away. Take over Lower Egypt. Does leave us to our non-combat moves now. I don't think I missed anything. So for a plains landing, the medium bomber has to land in Western Egypt. So artillery's over here. The 15th Air went 1, 2, 3, and they are going to land in Tobruk, I think. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I think they're actually going to land in Western Egypt with the bomber. Let's see. I can reel that actually. They're just going to land in Tobruk. Alright, so 15th Air definitively in Tobruk. Other non-combat movements are the infantry that's in Eritrea is going to walk up into Nubia. All of that is combat. Our TB destroyer that's in A46 is going to go over into A45. Sit there, and then our seaplane is going to land back onto Sardinia, I think. Let's see, no, seaplane actually is going to land into Rome, and I think it's got all the non-combat movements. The rest of the fleet in northern Italy is staying in northern Italy in port there. All the ships that took part in this are going into port in Lower Egypt. So it's a battleship, a transport, a heavy cruiser, and we actually are going to bring one of the destroyers from northern Italy over to Lower Egypt and put that in port as well. And that should have all of the those non-combat moves covered. So we can go into collecting income and placing money. Billy moved up, took over, has 15 IPCs worth on the board, and gets the +2 for having control of the Suez Canal. So they will collect $17. And they will place all these units. The 2 infantry are going into northern Italy. The mech infantry is going into Abyssinia. The 1 militia is going to go into Rome, and 1 militia is going to go into northern Italy. And that will take care of that, I do believe. sure I'm not missing anything obvious. But no, I think that's got it all. So yeah, we'll call that good, and we will pass it over to John Black for the KMT in the USA.